Now that Donald Trump has won re-election, we are about to be treated to MAGA socialism. Oh yeah, MAGA socialism is coming. Now we got a taste of MAGA socialism in the first Trump administration, but that was nothing compared to what's coming. And one way in which we're going to get this MAGA socialism is through Donald Trump's disastrous tariff policies. Now, I want to read you an article that appeared in Forbes on January 1st, 2020, but this appeared everywhere because this is what happened. I just want to read a little bit of this Forbes article to you so that you can understand what I'm talking about. The Trump administration gave more taxpayer dollars to farmers harmed by the administration's trade policies than the federal government spends each year building ships for the Navy or maintaining America's nuclear arsenal, according to a new report. A National Foundation for American Policy Analysis concluded the spending on farmers was also higher than the annual budgets of several government agencies. Quote, the amount of money raises questions about the strategy of imposing tariffs and permitting the use of taxpayer money to shield policymakers from the consequences of their actions. After a series of tariff increases on Chinese imports, the government of China retaliated against U.S. exporters, as predicted by trade analysts outside of the administration. As a result, U.S. exports, particularly of agricultural goods, dropped significantly. Quote, losing the world's most populous country as an export market has been a major blow to the U.S. agriculture industry. Total American agricultural exports to China were $24 billion in 2014 and fell to $9 billion last year, according to the American Farm Bureau. In 2018, U.S. farmers' soybean exports to China declined by 75%, according to the U.S. International Trade Commission. To shore up political support from farmers, Donald Trump approved increasing amounts of government aid to farmers harmed by the trade policies that the Trump administration itself initiated. Trump was open about the purpose of the payments. Quote, I sometimes see where these horrible, dishonest reporters will say that, oh geez, the farmers are upset, he told the attendees of an Illinois farmer show in August 2019. Well, they can't be too upset because I gave them $12 billion and I gave them $16 billion this year. I hope you like me even better than you did in 2016. It goes on and on. So, this is what Donald Trump's trade policies did to the United States, particularly U.S. farmers, during his first administration. He slapped tariffs on China, and China did what foreign countries do when you slap tariffs on their products. They slap tariffs on American products, which of course is going to happen this time too. The only difference is that this time the tariffs are going to be, if Donald Trump does what he says he's going to do, are going to be so much more massive. So the tariffs slapped on American goods by foreign countries will similarly be much more massive. And so what happened last time was Trump puts these tariffs on China. China retaliates, slaps tariffs on American agricultural products. And the American farmers are hurt because they make a lot of their money exporting their agricultural products. And China is the world's most populous nation. It's a huge market. And American farmers sell a lot of their products to China. Now they weren't able to because of Trump's ridiculous tariffs, which started this trade war with China. So now Trump has a problem. He has these farmers who are being horribly hurt by his trade policies. So what does he do? He bails them out by giving them money. Just hands over American taxpayer money to these farmers because the farmers can't sell their goods and they're taking it on the chin financially. And then what does Donald Trump do? He brags about it. He brags about what a great president he is because he bailed these farmers out. You know, you can't make this crap up. And it doesn't hurt them at all. Let's see if it hurts them this time. But, this is what's going to happen. Government bailouts, just giving money, because essentially what they were doing with these farmers is Trump was giving them money for not producing anything. They couldn't sell their products, or they couldn't sell as much of their products. So Trump was paying them to produce less. Right? That's welfare. Right? That's welfare to the farmers. Now, it's not the farmers' fault. They were more than willing to keep doing the hard work and exporting their goods. Donald Trump just killed the market for their products with his ridiculous tariffs. So I'm not in any way blaming the farmers, but this is what essentially he did. He destroyed their business, limited their market, limited their ability to sell their products overseas, and then had to pay them for not doing anything. Pay them for not producing. Now, we're going to see that on steroids this time. And what did they say here? Trump gave more to farmers in essentially welfare than the United States spent on building ships for the Navy or maintaining America's nuclear arsenal. And it was more than the annual budgets of several government agencies. Imagine what it's going to be this time. So we're going to have massive MAGA socialism. Now, I know that's technically not socialism. Socialism, if we're going to define the term and use it correctly, that's when the government owns the means of production. That's not what it is here. But the way MAGA and Trump and Republicans use the word socialism, they just use socialism to define to refer to any government spending they don't like. That's what socialism is. If the government spends money on something they don't like, they say it's socialism. Big government socialism. When Republicans spend massively, I guess that's conservatism or something. The point is, I know it's not technically socialism, but I'm just playing their rhetorical game for the moment. And this is what they understand socialism to be. And if that's what they understand socialism to be, this is socialism. Free government money for people to do nothing. That's socialism. They don't like spending money on people who are down on their luck and are struggling to get by, and we give them temporary assistance. They don't like that. But when, farmers essentially are being put out of business because of Trump's policies, and then we bail them out and just pay them to not do anything because they have no place to sell their products, that's fine. I guess that's, like I said, that's conservatism or something. Because Donald Trump, as we know, he's the great conservative. And of course, everyone knows that slapping tariffs on all foreign imports, which hurt American producers, and then we have to bail them out with taxpayer money. Everybody knows that is a conservative policy, right? Because that's what I'm told. Trump is conservative. What a freaking joke. But that's what we have coming. Massive MAGA socialism, which of course will also have the effect of exploding the debt and the annual deficit. Of course, another deeply conservative policy, exploding the national debt. But that's what's coming. That's one of the reasons Donald Trump was the biggest debt spending president in all of American history. Yet he's also simultaneously the great conservative savior. Anyways, that's what's coming. And we need to be prepared to point this stuff out. We need to battle in the information spaces where people get their news and information, and that is increasingly not from the mainstream media, as I talked about in the last video. It's online, it's on TikTok, it's in podcasts, it's Facebook, all these places. That's where they get their news and information. We need to put out the truth to the extent that we can in all of these places. When Donald Trump's tariff policies start destroying American businesses, we need to make sure people understand that that's what's going on. Because Donald Trump will never admit that that's what's going on. He'll somehow find a way to blame Democrats for that. We need to be prepared to counter the propaganda and let people know what's actually going on. And Democrats better not make the mistake of assuming, once again, that the American people will figure it out. Here's the truth. Trump and Republicans are probably going to control all of Washington for the next at least 2 years. And there's going to be a lot of horrible stuff that happens. and it will be entirely the fault of Donald Trump and Republicans. We have to make sure that the American people understand that. Because as I say, Donald Trump will lie about it, and he'll find ways to try to blame Democrats for it. And if Democrats make the mistake, like the Biden administration did, of just assuming that the American people will figure out the truth on their own, then guess what? The American people, by and large, will believe whatever bullshit excuses Donald Trump is giving for his disastrous policies. We need to counter the propaganda. We need to do our part in making sure that the American people know the truth. But that is what's coming. MAGA socialism, massive bailouts, destroying American businesses with these massive Trump tariffs. Okay, before I go, did you notice Donald Trump made it very clear in a Truth Social post yesterday, I believe, that Mike Pompeo and Nikki Haley will have no place in his administration. So there you go, Nikki Haley. All that ass kissing got you absolutely nothing. So I hope you enjoyed selling out your country for nothing. Good job. One of the ways we can start battling this misinformation and propaganda is on Facebook. A lot of people are on Facebook. You have friends and family, if you're on Facebook, who you can reach. To that end, I have started a new Facebook page, the Romano Report on Facebook, to which I am going to be posting a lot of information that hopefully will help these people see the light. I'm going to be exposing the truth that they aren't going to get in their information bubbles. So if you would like to be able to share some of the things I post to your family and friends in your Facebook network, please go to my Facebook page and follow me over there. I will put a link in the description below, but just look for the Romano Report on Facebook and follow me. I'd appreciate it. So that's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Be well, and I'll talk to you again soon.